This segment is brought to you by Terrebonne Ford, built Ford tough.
Hello and welcome to this edition of Bayou Time. I'm your host, Keith Weissite, licensed clinical social worker with Terrebonne Home Care. Very glad you're joining us. However you may be joining us, we appreciate it. And always glad to have back with us Senator Mike Fesi. Mike, thanks for joining us today.
It's good to be here, Keith.
I appreciate it.
You know, it's a time almost for session next week.
Right. It's coming up. But we had something really important take place here recently. Tell us about this insurance meeting, y'all.
Yeah, actually, the governor had a press conference yesterday to lay out some of his plans and what he wants us to do this year. I know we had a few challenges last year that we had a good collateral source bill that he did veto, but we got that coming back with a little few changes that says he will sign. So that's a good thing.
Wow.
The next thing is we all took a little heat for getting rid of the 3-year rule on insurance companies, but we were the only area in the whole world that had the 3-year rule where once they wrote the insurance for 3 years, they couldn't drop you, and that just kept a lot of companies out. So to show how that's worked, we have 10 new companies already signed up to come and do business in Louisiana.
And again, when we get 10 new businesses, we have 10 options maybe to have the right fit for you with your insurance.
That's right. And so it's taking time, and I know people are paying way too much for their insurance, and it's such a hard time for all of us. And hopefully this will move faster than expected.
Right. Very good. All right. Now, I'm excited about that. I'm glad that we had that press conference. Tell us a little bit about what we can expect with your bills coming out.
Well, I got 5 bills. One of them big for this area is I'm creating a state park. The 4,000 acres that Terrebonne Parish was donated by Shell organization. Shell donated the 4,000 acres, and we're going to make that Whiskey Bayou State Park.
Oh, wow. So very exciting. We saw some of the preliminary drawings of what that was going to look like. So very cool. Thank you for pushing that through.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting working with the lieutenant governor. We got some big plans, and we hopefully over the next 4 or 5 years, we got a real good example of the rest of the state parks, because he's done such a good job with state parks. It's hardly taken any state funding whatsoever to support them.
Right. So when you find a way that you can partner, like we have with Shell and that wonderful donation that they made to the parish, to be able to do that and really be able to push that through without asking for extra money or not asking for taxes for that is such a wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, because the way he's doing it is public-private partnerships like building cabins and whatever it may be that we put into the state park. Shell's already wanting to make sure we have a butterfly sanctuary.
Oh, wow.
Since the one was lost in Grand Isle. So they got a lot of good plans going, and hopefully we'll have a nice state park.
Whiskey Bayou State Park. I love the way that sounds. I really do. Very cool.
Very good.
Yep.
The next thing is I got a few bills that work with our health, and one of them is pushing to take fluoride out of our drinking water.
Yep.
Fluoride needs to come out of our drinking water, and listen to all the constituents. You're taking away informed consent. You're violating the informed consent, because it's actually, they call it a medical procedure, or not procedure, but a medication for your teeth, and we just don't need that. And my biggest thing is, how much fluoride are you getting when you stay in the shower for a longer time or in the bathtub for a longer time? Because your body soaks it up through the pores of your skin. And so, we got enough fluoride in our systems already from naturally through foods we eat and other ways, and some water has fluoride in it naturally. So we just don't need to be adding it, because it's actually on the list of a hazardous waste, and we don't need to be putting hazardous waste material in our water.
Right. So, and like you said, you take a long bath, you're absorbing it.
That's it. And the other one is putting ivermectin across the counter. When we went through COVID, actually, in 2 days of me I had COVID, and 2 days of taking it, ivermectin had me better and ready to go.
Wow.
So it's been proven time and time again. So actually, the Surgeon General, the doctor, here in Louisiana is behind me 100% to put that across the counter.
Okay, so that'll be over the counter.
Over
We
the
won't need
counter,
a
right.
prescription for it.
Right.
Make life so much easier. Since COVID is still around,
Yeah.
and because it is, we want to be able to
It'd
recover
be just
from
like
it.
taking a Tylenol,
Right, right.
So I mean, it's been around for many years, and it does a lot of good things for your health.
Right, very good.
And the next thing is kind of important for our area is I got a bill for the waterways, the wetlands, and all, because after the Chevron and Sackett case at the Supreme Court, they showed that the bureaucrats, such as the EPA and all of those, have went way overboard on forcing this on what's wetlands. And just like me in the pipeline business, in the middle of a cane field, if a ditch was a little deeper and it held water all the time, you'd have to get a wetlands permit. But what my deal does, my bill does, it basically takes that knowledge from the Supreme Court on that and puts it in order into the state law that we can not have to fight that so much. It's going to help greatly on building our levee systems and everything, because they have to pay mitigation and all of that. Whereas once we can prove and get this in place, it'll save the state a whole bunch of money for putting our levees up.
Well, and quite frankly, the other thing that does, it stays consistent with the Supreme Court law, and then our state law will be inconsistent, and we're not arguing over semantics.
That's right.
We're not arguing over what this word does or doesn't mean.
Yeah, because the bureaucrats just got out of hand on what they were saying was a wetlands.
What they could and what they could.
Yep.
Well, we look forward to you guys going into session, getting reports from you guys, and we certainly look forward to things going well for y'all.
Okay, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right, guys, that'll do it for this particular segment, but don't go anywhere. A whole lot more right here on Bayou Time.
This segment was brought to you by Rouse's Markets. Feels like home.